Good morning. We're vlogging. Daily vlogs are difficult to come up with content. It's like the same thing every day. I'm at my lowest. Check-in weight 132.4. Again, still holding in there. I want to talk about Jamaica. I called the resort yesterday. I'd called 188 Beaches. And I had called the day before, and there was an automated thing saying that if you don't have your vacation within the next 30 days, they're experiencing a high volume of calls. If you're not within the next 30 days, that's who they're taking care of right now. Please call back in like 3 business days. So I was at like 36 days. I was like, oh, wait. But then also speaking with like travel agents and stuff online, I was concerned that if I was within a 30-day window and not outside of it, if I would even be able to make arrangements and all of that. So I decided to try a call again yesterday morning, and I did, and I got through. And he was kind of like, it's up in the air. I advise that you wait because we're still kind of waiting to hear back from Beaches to see what the assessment is, and even just all of Jamaica, really. Are the roads, can traffic get through, tourists, all that. He says, I really just waited out. Yeah, that's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure that any decisions I made, I was making them within the right time frame if I had a time frame. He said they're being super lenient with it, whether I'm within the 30 days, outside the 30 days. I can make arrangements. Basically, we can reschedule for any time up to a year in this following year. We can go back to Beaches. We can go actually to their other resort in Turks and Caicos. And he clicked it up and checked to see that the flights were available, and we'd actually end up getting a better room, which I'd probably still stay with the same level room and just get an extra night, because to get to Turks and Caicos is like 10 hours versus to Jamaica is like 3.5. So we'd lose all that time in travel. So anyway, I was like, listen, I'm not going to jump the gun because my heart is set on Jamaica. Like, I still want to go. The kids even still want to go, even if it's just pushed back, even if it's January, February, March, whatever. Um, so we're going to kind of, wait and see. But when I told them, we're definitely interested and we're scheduled for the 8th through the 12th, I heard, oh, you are? I'm like, would you put in a note? Did you put in a note? We're definitely interested. I want to pour my money into Jamaica. Pour my husband's money into Jamaica. So anyway, I told him these things. And then I get the official email yesterday evening. Now, Sandals and Beaches has 8 different resorts total on the property. 5 of them, they will be reopening. And they gave us a date. It is in the spirit that we share an important update. 5 of our beloved resorts in Jamaica will begin welcoming guests back starting December 6th, 2025. These include Sandals Downers River, Sandals Ochi, Sandals Royal Plantation, Sandals Negril, and Beaches Negril. And we're scheduled to arrive December 8th. December 6th is when they start. So we'll be getting in there. I think the resort's probably going to be rather empty in comparison. Will be among some of the first guests welcome back afterwards. It's going to be a wild experience. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to be bringing, it sounds like Pack with a Purpose. It's going to be our best bet to bring donations like clothes and toiletries and stuff. My stepmom, my previous stepmom, she's still my stepmom to me. My dad's second wife, she reached out to me because she knows that I love Jamaica so much, and she's helping me figure out how to do the donations and stuff. Either I do barrel but she came up with Pack with a Purpose, so I'm going to look into that more. But it really got me to thinking, like, if I hadn't made that phone call, I feel like that phone call had an impact. Obviously, it wasn't the decision-making, determining factor, But when they were deciding what dates, because they also say that some of these other resorts are able to open up sooner, they just wanted to give it them all the same date. And their other three resorts aren't even going to be opening up until May 30th of 2026. Um, what was I saying? But yeah, we're going. Oh, that it had an impact. I wonder because I called and I told them we want to go to Jamaica. We want to go on the same dates if it's available. Like I don't want to. That's what we want to do. And if I hadn't made, because I swear I heard him making notes. Maybe they had a meeting. He's like, listen, this family, because I had him run all the numbers. I had him run the flights and everything. Like, give me the numbers. I'm calling you back in 5 days. I'm talking with my family, even though the general consensus is they all still want to go to Jamaica. If it's not going to be until who knows when, maybe they're going to want to go to Turks and Caicos. So I'll call you back in 5 days and let you know. Because I don't want to wait too long. Because if everybody switches over to Turks and Caicos, supply and demand, I'm not going to get that same pricing. I'm not going to get the extra night or the luxurious room or whatever leniency. So, thank God. On plan. As planned. Following the plan. I'm super relieved. But this is faith with works, right? If I didn't call and express, this is what I want verbally, I truly feel that it had an impact. Because I think he was like at the meeting, like, listen, this family, if they're definitely set to go the 8th through the 12th, and she seemed willing to switch. So if we don't go with this date, we might lose however much it costs for a family of 5 to go on an all-inclusive beaches vacation. So I think it really had an impact on the decision, making that call, acting in walks of faith. Walk, work, works. I didn't just pray and say, please, 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 let us go to Jamaica. I actually made the moves, picked up the phone, made the call. God will give you all the ingredients to bake a cake. You just got to use it yourself and put it together. Faith with works. So please, 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 let's go to Jamaica. And I called and said, listen, we want to be there, expressing vocally. And I think I'm just really stuck on this because I'm about to do a teaching talking about how everyone thinks God's first act of creation was creating light, and God said, let there be light. But his first act of creation, if you look closer, was speaking. And God said. So that's where I'm at with it. That's today's vlog. Thank God we're going to Jamaica. And it's because I truly believe of walking in faith with works, expressing my desires, my wants, my needs, and having them considered in the grand scheme of co-creation in the matrix.